As the sun pierced its way through the crack in the drapes and spread its beautiful light rays across the room, my eyes opened to reveal and remind myself once again where I spent the night. A musty hotel just outside of Green Bay that for some reason had a hot tub in the corner of the room. All right, good morning. Where are we at here? There we go. I'm not sure what that's all about. Anyway, you know what? Let's just sit on the edge of the hot tub. Seems to be a good place to have a little morning chat. So this is the plan for today. I'm pretty excited. Not about this room that I stayed in, but pretty excited about my plan. This particular journey out into visit states so far has found me waking up almost every morning either in a place and ready to explore that place or ready to take a fairly long drive, especially recently, to get to my next place. And not a lot happens on long drives, so I'm really excited today because I'm going up into Door County. Found a room last night finally. It's not that far of a drive. So what I've decided to do, because I'm like I purposely stayed on the west side of Green Bay because I wanted to drive through during the day and, kind of see things. I decided to look at a couple of pamphlets that were here at the hotel and also did a little bit of online research. I picked out 5 little areas that I want to drive through based on what I read about them. And I kind of created my own little map that I'll go to those on the way to my place up at Door County, which there's a whole scenic drive and things I have planned for up there, or options I have for when I get there. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to take my time, leisurely go through Green Bay and these little picturesque, supposedly, villages that I've found, or places. And that'll be the subject of today's vlog, I think. Hopefully there'll be enough there to make that its own. If not, this will be the beginning of my whole Wisconsin Door County section of exploring every state in the country. 50 at 60. We're going to find some cool stuff here in Wisconsin, and I'm looking forward to that. And thanks for being here to enjoy the ride with me. I'll see you on the road. Here's my little list, by the way. Sorry for the bad handwriting. The first stop is Hobart, Wisconsin.
Well, hello there. It's Mike. Future Mike, that is. Presently editing this. Well, it's kind of a mess right now. I'll be the first to admit it. I think I had a really good idea. I just didn't really follow through. I didn't really tell a story of these places. I didn't capture any amazing footage, clips, or stills. And what I'm attempting to do now is to salvage this vlog, this particular episode. Somewhat like a person would clean up a spill on aisle 9. That's kind of what we're doing here.
Turn right.
When I put the little towns here, or these areas, into the GPS, just as a quick note, I don't really know where it's taking me. I mean, I didn't tell it specifically, go to the courthouse, go to the post office, go to Main Street. I kind of leave that up to the GPS. So we're at the whim of the Apple Maps today. But I must say,
at the stop sign, turn right onto West Mason Street.
I think we're going to see a perfect example of that. But the journey here from my hotel through this back rural area to this first stop, Hobart, has been very pretty.
In 1.2 miles, turn left onto South Pine Tree Road.
Really reminded me of some back areas in Pennsylvania where I was from, and I can only imagine the what it must be like during the fall up here with these trees. It's got to be gorgeous. Anyway, we're well on our way. Almost at Hobart, but enjoying the journey. Let's start with talking about Hobart real quick. When I was researching these areas, I think I was stuck on the romanticized word of village. I envisioned this quaint little village, perhaps like something like Rothenburg in Germany, or Chamonix in France, or Luzerne in Switzerland. I just envisioned this small little quaint village, and really what this ended up being, at least I think, was more of an urban village, a sprawled out, typical, well, I'm not really sure what it was. Again, when I put in the location of Hobart, this is where it sent me. Oh yeah, it's the police station. Very good. Hobart, Wisconsin is a quiet, welcoming village that blends natural beauty with a strong sense of community. Surrounded by scenic landscapes, Hobart offers abundant green spaces, trails, and parks, perfect for outdoor activities like hiking and cycling. The village is known for its close ties to the Oneida Nation, whose heritage is woven into the area's character and traditions. With its blend of cultural richness and peaceful rural charm, Hobart serves as a tranquil escape for its visitors and a proud home for its residents. What we have going on now is a trip to a place called Wrightstown.
Turn left.
Turn left? What am I doing here?
In 900 feet, arrive at Wrightstown.
All right, so I don't know where it's taking me, but it's a cute little town. I think I might spend a few minutes driving around here, just to see what's. There's got to be like a little main street or something. Yeah, where's it taking me here? It's always interesting. Oh yeah, the village of Wrightstown.
Arrived.
There's the sign to the right. So let's find a main street. You do realize this is a discount tour, right? Gonna make a right here. It's a little river inn to the left. It's a dead end, but it's a little coffee shop there. Country cabinets. Well, look at this place up here to the right. I don't know if you could see this, people down there looking at the water. People sitting on the porch out there having lunch or brunch. A little pizza shop to the left. It's the kind of places that when you're on the interstates, rushing from location to location, you never see. I'll take a little journey up here off to the right side. I hope the audio is coming out on this and the video. There's a little park here and it looks like a boat launch. That's exactly what it is. This will give you a little view of across the water. There's some relatively new looking, I guess they're condos or apartments or something. When I turn the car, you'll see, because I'm not launching the car here. As you can see across the water, you have the little balconies. Cute little town. Could I live here? Probably not. Not sure why I'm visiting all these areas from the car, but here we go. Wrightsville, Wisconsin is a charming riverside community set along the Fox River, offering small town appeal with scenic beauty. Known for its welcoming atmosphere, Wrightsville is surrounded by rolling farmland and parks, making it a great spot for outdoor recreation and leisurely river views. The town blends history with a close-knit feel, hosting local events that bring the community together. With easy access to nearby Green Bay and Appleton, Wrightstown provides both tranquility and convenience, appealing to visitors looking to explore Wisconsin's countryside charm. So just to let you know where we are here, I started up in this area here. Where's my finger? There we go. And then as a reflection so you can't see. Came down, and now I'm heading up toward Green Bay again. There's a couple of little areas within the town before I go up to Door County, which is way up here. I've chosen a nice scenic route, I think. It takes a little longer, but it goes up along the river to the next location called DePierre. You do realize if this wasn't a quick and dirty discount tour, we would have actually had a nice little light lunch on that balcony or on that porch overlooking this river. But it's a box lunch discount tour, and there's a lot to see. Let's go. All right, we're getting close to our next stop, or not really stopping, am I? I'm just kind of driving through. Our next location called DePierre, and I'm quite sure that's probably pronounced wrong. What a gorgeous drive, and these homes that are right on the river, just small, look like 2,000 square foot frame structure houses to, large ones. I don't know how they're built actually. It's just pretty. It's, again, I can't imagine what this looks like. I can, but in the fall, it's got to be beautiful, and even in the winter. But I'm here in the summer and appreciating it. The weather's gorgeous. I'm in shorts, but it's not really that hot out. I think I started the day, it's in the mid 60s. So we're having a really good, been really having a lot of luck with the weather, I have to admit.
In half a mile, keep right onto 3rd Street.
All right, we're gonna head into this little town. I'm seeing signs called Riverview Avenue, Pleasant Place. Well, that was not that exciting. Stewart Street. What's this one here? Marsh Street. We'll see where these directions take us, and then we'll do a quick drive around. Oh, and there's a little bridge here too. I think this is going to be a scenic little town south of Green Bay called DePierre. Well, as always, I was pronouncing this name wrong. It's called DePierre, so here we go. DePierre, Wisconsin is a historic town along the Fox River, known for its charming downtown and vibrant sense of community. With a blend of old-world architecture and modern shops, DePierre offers a unique mix of dining, boutiques, and local businesses. The town's riverfront, complete with the scenic Riverwalk and wildlife viewing pier, is a popular destination for residents and visitors alike. Rich in heritage and community pride, DePierre combines natural beauty with a lively, small-town feel, making it a welcoming stop in northeastern Wisconsin. I hope I'm digging up some interesting stuff about all these little towns. Again, I just briefly read up about them in the hotel magazine, the travel magazine that I found. I don't have it here, it's in my luggage, but it's one of these kind of books where this was from my last area, but it's one of those little books that it's kind of talks about the area. This one was written really well in that it talked about areas all around, not only in Green Bay, but areas around Green Bay. And that's where I kind of went through, picked out, there must have been 15 areas. I picked out 5 that resonated with me in the description. And I don't think I gave the first one enough time. I think there was probably an area I didn't really go to. So that's why I'm diving a little bit deeper, trying to find the main street, driving around a little bit. And I found something that looks really interesting. It looks like a lock system where the boats go in and it adjusts. They're getting from one level to the next. We're on a river here. So I don't know if it goes from the lake to the river or what, but we're going to go take a little walk here because I think you can see it up close. So it's in this little park here. I think it said Voyager Park when I pulled in here. I'm going to go check that out while we're in DePierre before we head off to our next location, which I'll try to pronounce after we check this lock system out. Let's go. Nestled in DePierre, Wisconsin, the Riverwalk Wildlife Viewing Pier offers an ideal blend of serene waters and local wildlife viewing. Stretching out into the Fox River, the pier provides a quiet space to watch birds, fish, and sometimes even otters. making it a favorite for nature lovers. Nearby, the lock system, a historic marvel, once allowed boats to bypass the rapids and continue up the river. Today, it's both a preserved piece of history and a reminder of how De Pere's waters shaped life here, blending the past with the town's natural beauty. It's actually still working. I was there, as you could see. It's kind of fun to watch. I chatted a little bit about that, I think, as I was walking away. Back to you on site, Mike.
So that was a cool little bonus on our discount tour here. A little side stop. The locks. They have that a lot in Europe. One of my clients, Rick, used to talk about that, where they would take they would rent boats in France, get on the canals, canal boats they called them. And there was a lot of lock systems that they would have to maneuver, I think on their own. I don't think they had an attendee there or a person to man them. And he talked about all these little villages he used to stop at in France, go in and get wine and cheese and baguettes, and see places in Europe that you probably wouldn't see getting off of the trains. Anyway, off to the next town. Okay, it looks like it's about 10 minutes away, and it's called Alloway, or at least that's how the map app pronounces it. Alloway. Let's go. Well, as one would expect on a discount tour, I'm basically brought into a neighborhood that I spent about 3-4 minutes looking at the map, and I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be seeing here. I got thrown into a neighborhood and on a road that was closed, but everybody was taking the path through. A lot of road machinery sitting idle, and we kind of cruised through it. I don't know where we are. I will say that for being this close to Green Bay, I thought I would see a lot more, like, commercial buildings. And this is probably, of the large cities, or fairly large, because this is larger than West Palm Beach, population-wise. It seems like a small cluster of villages or communities put together. And I haven't found anywhere that I have felt unsafe in. It seems like a really nice little town, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Who knew? So I'm kind of running along parallel to the Fox River. In fact, I'm going to try to get down by the river before I put my next. Oh, there it is. Green Bay population 107,000, and I'm real close to, I think, the center of Green Bay. So I'm heading down to what's called the Fox River now. I think if there was ever a need for narration, it would be right now. Let's talk a little bit about the Fox River and a little bit about Green Bay, what makes it unique. I just want to know if what I'm seeing is correct, is that it's not really a city, it's a collection of communities. I haven't shown you a lot of the houses, but real quick. These aren't some of the really nice ones I've seen, but very typical. Stone along with wood. Place over there looks like it could be a bed and breakfast. I just realized why there was no construction going on back there where the road was closed, and I saw the machine sitting idle. It's actually Sunday, and all day I've been thinking it's Monday. So yeah, up ahead there's a couple of tents. Again, that's the third time I've seen that. There's a Quality Inn to my left. Yeah, it feels a little bit more city-like. Although not really, it's still small. It feels like small townish city.
Well, first off, let's do a few fun facts. Green Bay is home to about 107,000 residents, making it the third largest city in Wisconsin. Also known worldwide as the home of the Green Bay Packers, Green Bay is the smallest city in the U.S. with an NFL team. True to Wisconsin tradition, Green Bay is known for its cheese, with local cheese making going back generations. The Fox River lock system, used since the 1850s, adds a unique historical touch to the city's waterfront. And lastly, the museum showcases Green Bay's history and natural sciences, highlighting Native American culture and regional art. Green Bay, Wisconsin is a fascinating mix of small-town charm and industrial backbone, proudly anchored by the legendary Green Bay Packers and shaped by its legacy as a manufacturing hub. In case you didn't know, most of these are kind of AI generated. It's a very awkward sentence. I'll continue. Situated along the Fox River and the Bay of Lake Michigan, Green Bay became a powerhouse in paper production, shipping, and food processing, industries that still shape its identity today. The city has a village-like feel, with its neighborhoods forming a close-knit patchwork of culture and tradition. Adding to its unique character is a vibrant art scene, from the historical exhibits at the Neville Public Museum to performances at the Widener Center. Visitors come for football, history, and an experience of the rich interconnected spirit of this Midwest gem. I can't believe I just drove through and never really stopped, but, well, I guess there's always next trip. When I do these narrations, one of the things I like about this is it forces me to go back and really research where I was.
Use the right lane to merge onto I-43 South.
And maybe in a selfish way, I'm learning a little bit more about the area that I've been. Probably would have made a little bit more sense to do that before I got
Turn
here.
right.
And one of the things I want to point out is, when you look at a map, you kind of, from experience of visiting other places, you kind of project or gauge what you think is going to be the most scenic part. You look at the bottom of the lake, and I was looking at Green Bay. I was like, well, I'm sure there'll be a nice little historic little walk right there. Maybe that'll be the main street. That'll be the prettiest part of town. Well, the area that I thought was going to be the prettiest part was actually the most industrial part. And I don't know if that has to do with the amount. There was like a port there, kind of. There was a lot of big industrial buildings and cables and wire. Maybe there's power generation there. I'm not sure, but it didn't look like one would think, pretty little port town would look. I may have missed some of that because some of the roads were closed for the little craft fair that was going on or whatever was happening downtown. But it's what I observed as I'm driving through at a really quick pace on a discount tour. On my way, in a couple of miles to go, to an area called Bellevue. All right, I just want to say, as we sit here, a little bit of a stop, a little lunch break, overlooking the car dealerships, the auto credit area, the collision center, the Home Depot. Got to enjoy a nice Jimmy John's veggie sub that if we were on a proper tour, we would have obviously stopped for dinner or for lunch, for a nice little brunch there. I think it was in Wrightstown, overlooking the bridge, the water. It's cute, wasn't it? It's on a real tour you do that, but we're on the discount tour. So here we are. We got a couple more stops, so enjoy your lunch. Bon appetit. We're in Bellevue, which I really do believe is Bellevue, although I didn't see any signs that we are in Bellevue, and there is no view. But what you're witnessing now are these cute little, God, they look like mobile homes, but they're not. And it looks like it would be a perfect retirement community for someone. Well, they are. See, up ahead is, so it looks like that's half of one of these has just arrived. Anyway, we're getting out of here. We are heading to I don't even know our next stop here. A place called Denmark. How about that? And they said it kind of has a European feel to it. I'll be the judge of that. We'll be the judge of that. That was a cute little diversion. By the way, how was your lunch? I'll see you in Denmark. I just gotta say something. If you're actually watching this and you haven't clicked off yet, thanks for being here on Mike's Discount Tours. So we just went through Denmark. None of these towns have been what I thought they were going to be, but I'm always uniquely surprised at what they are. And we're really close to, this town, as opposed to all of them, you'll see now we're right out of the town. And on the right-hand side here is a farm right out of town. And there was old buildings and then newer buildings. It's like a mixture of everything. I've seen more than any time in my travels so much land and so much space. And you realize how huge this country is. I don't know. Again, I'm rambling about nothing. I'm moving on to the next town. And the next town is in Door County, which is the area that I'm going to be staying. But we're going to hit a little town on the way there, on the way up there. And before we get there, I'll tell you a little bit about Door County. I've been playing a bit with Google Earth Studio here, as you can see. I'm realizing now I am just diving into this and moving the camera way too much and way too fast. But as always, these tools take a little bit of learning. It's a pretty cool tool. I thought it just came out. Apparently it's been out for years, but I'm a little late to the party. Also, I've been enjoying using AI to create some of these images, as there's not a lot of stock footage out there on Storyblocks or Artlist from Wisconsin. Anyway, just a few quick things about Door County, because I'm going to be there in the next episode. It is the cherry capital. I don't know if it's the cherry capital of the world, but it's famous for cherry orchards. I saw a bunch of them when I was there. Love cherries. I was there during cherry season, I think. I picked a few and probably ate too many. Also, there's like 11 historic lighthouses up there, which is kind of cool. Gotta love the lighthouses with these little towns. It's really like a kind of a Cape Cod of the Midwest, I guess you could label it. It's got a lot of shorelines and charming villages, art galleries. Another thing is the unique fish boil tradition. Traditional Nordic style meal cooked over an open flame. Also, there's a ton of parks. I think it has, Door County has like 5 state parks, more than any other county in Wisconsin, offering hiking, kayaking, and absolutely stunning views of Lake Michigan. Again, you'll see that a lot in the next episode. I really wish I had taken a little bit more time to explore Door County, and I think I really want to try to make it up there in the fall. Anyway, I'm looking forward to putting together next week's episode, but that's all from Door County for now. Back to you, Mike. I've been on the phone for the last 15-20 minutes or so. I don't even know where I am. Haven't been listening to the GPS, but I'm down at the lake now. A place called Lake Haven Hall. And there's a little lighthouse out there. Oh my God, that's so cute. I don't know if that came out or not, but there's this place behind me that's called, I guess it's Lake Haven Hall. They look like they're old warehouses that were used for whatever reason from the lake. Whether it was, product that was brought in, materials, fish. I know nothing about this town, but more importantly, I don't even know where I am. So that's the name of the town we're in. It's called Kewaunee. And I just saw a little blurb here where it says, what does it say here? The world's largest grandfather clock. I don't know if we're going to see that, but look how cool this is. This is where I'm going. I'm going up into Fish Creek is where I'm staying. And this is the route I'm on. That town back there had the perfect mix of older buildings that had been renovated, repurposed. I saw some ones that were being worked on. And then it looked like it had a pretty vibrant port area. A nice pier that went out. People were fishing. People were down in the restaurants. Kewaunee. I hope you're enjoying the discount tour. That's all I can say. All right, we're now traveling through what is going to be the first of many Door County cities that I will be exploring while I'm up here. This was just one on the way. Algamo is the name of the town. I don't know anything about it. Colorful buildings, very cute. It's a St. Paul's Lutheran Church. I'm gonna make a right-hand turn here. I'm on State Street, and I think this will take me, I'm gonna go up by the lake, have a quick peek before we head up past Sturgeon Bay to Fish Creek. I just love all these names. Can you tell? I mean, Sturgeon Bay. Come on! So I'm going over this little bridge. I guess this is a little river that... oh man, this is so cute. Look at this. You know what it reminds me of? Oh, this is the way to Sturgeon Bay. This area here reminds me of, there was an Anthony Bourdain episode where he was in France, on the west coast, around Normandy. Maybe near Bordeaux, I don't know, it was all on the coast. And a lot of blue and white, little fishing village. There's a lighthouse back there. Oh yeah. This is gonna be... I'm just excited, you know. This is gonna be a really cool couple of days exploring up here. Let me put the camera down here, enjoy the rest of the drive from Algamo through Sturgeon Bay to Fish Creek. All right, I just pulled off to the side of the road to say a couple things. One, I think I'm gonna put a closing to this video. I've rambled on long enough. I'm in Sturgeon Bay, so I really wanted to stay here for a couple of reasons. One, I just love actually the only reason. I love the word sturgeon. Just as much as my friend Frank likes the word glockenspiel. Imagine a sturgeon playing a glockenspiel. That's all I got for today. I think that was a lot. And tomorrow I'm going to spend a lot of time driving around here. Apparently cherries might be in season. I've seen a few people selling cherries. So that's awesome because I love cherries. Anyway, that's it for today. We're going to cut this one short before we even get to the hotel. I'll check in tomorrow and we'll have a full day of exploring Door County. I saw a lot more political signs both ways, by the way. Just for the record, I've been talking about how I've only been seeing one side. There's a lot more Biden support in this area, which is kind of funny because about a half hour ago, he just dropped out. So obviously, I'll be light years ahead when I edit this. But for right now, on a Sunday in July, it seems like we're at the beginning of some serious chaos, but who knows? We'll see. That's all I got for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. And again, I did as well. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. As always, more on all of this later.